Failure. It's a word that cuts sharper than most, and yet it's one we all know intimately. In a culture obsessed with achievement, productivity, and comparison, the fear of failure has become less of a passing discomfort and more of a collective epidemic. From students who avoid raising their hands in class, afraid of getting the answer wrong, to professionals who delay launching a project because it's not ready yet. Perfectionism disguises itself as preparation while quietly paralysing progress. Shame whispers in the background, if I fail, it means I'm a failure. This isn't just personal, it's systematic. Our social media feeds curate highlight reels that rarely show the behind the scenes mess. Workplaces reward flawless results, not the risk of creating experimentation. Schools penalise mistakes rather than celebrating curiosity. And somewhere along the way, we absorb the message that failure is final. But history tells us otherwise. Innovation has always grown from risk. Breakthroughs often emerge from trial, error, and the willingness to stumble. Yet in our daily lives, most of us stand at the metaphorical edge of possibility, frozen, waiting for certainty before we dare to step forward. Psychologists have long noted that fear of failure is less about the outcome itself and more about what failure represents. For many, it carries the weight of identity. Failure as proof of inadequacy, failure as public exposure of weakness. Shame thrives in this space. Instead of seeing attempts that don't go as planned as evidence of growth, we internalize them as evidence of unworthiness. The result? We play smaller than our potential, not because we lack ability, but because we fear being seen as lacking. What if failure isn't the end of the road, but part of the sacred path? In cultures of resilience, failure is reframed as feedback, a necessary ingredient of learning. Athletes know this when they fall during training. Artists know this when drafts pile up before the final masterpiece. Children know it when they wobble, fall, and get back up again. Failure, when stripped of shame, becomes a compass. It points us toward where we're stretching, where we're alive, where we're willing to grow. The edge is always frightening. Standing before the unknown, heart-pounding, it can feel like stepping into nothingness. But often the bridge only appears after we take the first step. Collectively, perhaps we need to shift the conversation away from failure as something to fear and toward failure as necessary and even sacred part of rising. Because only by daring to step, we can learn that we are not defined by falling, but by the courage to rise again. If you've felt the weight of perfectionism, shame, or the fear of falling short, I've created a guided meditation just for this journey, Fear of Failure, Stepping Beyond the Edge. In this meditation, you'll stand at the edge of a canyon where a bridge of light forms beneath each step you take. It's a visualization of trust, resilience, and redefining what failure means for you. It closes with an affirmation to carry with you. I am allowed to try. I am allowed to rise.